Hello again everyone, Ken from Whittling Woods, back again with another little tutorial, a nice little beginner project here. We're going to do it actually with this pocket knife. So if you have a pocket knife and it's sharpened up and ready to go, get it out and give this little whittle try. Of course, you don't need to use a pocket knife if you have a regular wood carving whittling knife. Use one of those. But I pulled out this old timer pocket knife, so we're going to let's just say that you're going to have an old timer, using an old timer, whittling an old timer. And the whole piece that I'm using is 4 inches, and when you cut it, this hypotenuse section over here, it's 1 inch, and then I just divide it up here. I go down about 1.5 inches, and this will be the little wizard hat, hillbilly, wizard, whatever you want to make these guys, old guys, doesn't matter. And then I divide that distance, what's remaining, which is 2.5 inches. We're just going to divide that in half, 1.25 inches, and we'll do his kind of the nose area in there somewhere. So that's it. Very simple measurements, and the width of the piece before it was cut is 3/4 inches. So that's what that mark is for. So just so you have your measurements over there, 1.5 inches down, 1.25 inches, divides, just divide it in half, and then the whole piece is 4 inches in length. But scale your measurements accordingly for whatever piece of wood you have. And like I said, we're going to be using this old timer pocket knife that I've had for quite some time. So I'm going to get everything set up and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. I know it's common to call these 10-minute wizards, but we don't rush it. Take your time. If you want to take a half hour to do it, take a half hour to do it. We're going to just whittle his little hat back. So just kind of come in here and start whittling it back. Like a little angled hat type of thing that a wizard would have. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm just going to kind of continue here and bring this kind of to a quick point, and then we'll come down here. We'll establish the base of the hat. What I do is I put the a little stop cut right at where the base is going to be, and I just put a little notch in there like so. Then I kind of come down at a slight angle. You can kind of see here at a slight angle, not much, and just kind of whittle up to that. And we'll do the same thing obviously on the other side as well. We'll come down at a slight angle, and don't worry about exact measurements, or if you get something slightly off or proportions, not just have fun with it and give it a shot. And that's it. I haven't whittled with this old timer knife in quite some time, so I sharpened it up this morning. But there you go. So I'm just going to finish bringing the hat to a bit more of a kind of a point. I might make it, hook around a little bit. You do it to whatever you want. But let me get that taken care of, and I'll be right back. Okay, you see, pretty straightforward. When I get to the bottom part, I sort of come in here and just scoop up a little bit of wood, just to kind of make the brim of the hat kind of flare out just a little bit. And kind of a little bit you sort of see from the side. Again, no big deal to make it that way or not. And then we're going to come in here and start establishing where where the bottom of his nose is going to be. That was the halfway mark. I think I'm going to come up slightly above that, so maybe I'm only going to come down 1 inch for his nose, because the more I'm looking at it, I kind of want him to have, if you want him to have a real long nose, and start there, but I kind of want a little bit more beard area. I'm going to come down here, so there's your 1.25 inch mark, so I'm coming up probably 1/4 inch or so, so it's probably at the inch mark, give or take. And I'm just going to put a little cut in there to establish the bottom of his nose. And then I take start taking the top part back a little bit. You can kind of see how that's going over there. It's going to have a little, well, not a little nose, kind of a big nose, but. And I kind of just flare it up a little bit on each side. And these are easy because you're dealing with the edge of the wood there, so you can see it's pretty straightforward. And then that's it. These don't take very long at all to do. They're great little beginner projects too. So what I like to do here is kind of put a cut in here on either side of the nose. So I'm going to kind of come down here, sort of, you can see where I'm at over here. I'm going to connect it down into, just flare these out just a bit more. Kind of like so. So I'm going to start here, choose a point. You know, there, you know, you got your center part over here, so you're going to come in. You're going to come slightly off center, obviously, and you're just going to basically put a stop cut here. I'm going to go straight into the wood. Don't angle it this way. Go kind of straight into the wood like so. If you can kind of see the angle of my knife, and you're just going to kind of come down here and tie it into where that nose is, and then kind of come back here. You're going to want to remove. You're going to want to remove some of that wood in there. Just like so. Okay, and then I deepen this up part up in here just a bit, because we're not going to do any kind of detailed eyes. We're just going to recess that in a bit so you can kind of see on the side over there. And then I might shape it a little bit more. I might come around here and just kind of hook it in just a bit more, maybe. You know, do it however, whatever shape you want. Kind of like so. Clean that up. And then do the same thing on the other side. All right, so I won't make you sit through that, but that's all. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll finish that up and I'll be right back. I'm just going to, because I'm going to switch to a smaller blade, but before I do that, I'm going to angle the beard. So I have the hat hooking this way. I think I want to make the beard hooking in the opposite direction. So I'm just going to kind of come down here and start shaping that sort of in that direction. So that's all I'm doing here. This will, you know, we're going to curve it down and around. That's all. There you go. Kind of like so. So you see how simple that is. Real easy cuts, all push cuts for the most part here. A little bit of a relieving cut that we did up on the nose, but that's it. So I'm going to switch out my blade and I'll be right back. So next thing we're going to do is put a little notch here for the nostril area. So I'm going to come up here and I divide this into thirds. So I'm going to come up about a third of the way and just put a little stop cut like so, and then cut up to it and cut down to it like that. It just kind of forms a little bit of a nostril indication, if you can see that over there. And then do the same thing on the other side as well. I started, let's see, around that high, so I kind of came down. So I started around here, I think. Yep, it looks about right. Cut up to it, cut down to it. So you kind of form a little bit of the shape of a nostril. That's all. And then sometimes I'll come in here and I'll just scoop out a little bit of wood right in here on both sides, just to kind of round that out a bit more. And then what I do here is right in here, and kind of see on that notch, I kind of open that up just a little bit more. Come in there and just bring it down just a bit more. All right, so there you go. And then what I do here, I was like, start from the nostril, and I just put a little. I'm going to come from at an angle, heading down this way, towards the side, but at a slight angle, like so. Put a little cut in there, and I'll just cut up to it and cut down to it. Kind of like that. And the same thing on this side over here. Go around right where the nostril is. A little stop cut in there. Cut up and down to it. Like so. That's just going to form the boundary between what will be the mustache and the cheek. What I like to do is come in here right on the side of the nose and just deepen that a little bit more. So I come right where that nostril is over there, a little bit underneath the nose, kind of start taking out a little bit of wood over there, just to deepen that a bit, like so. Same thing on this side. A little stop cut there, a little bit underneath the nose, and just kind of take out a little chunk of wood. It deepens the nose a bit, and you can kind of start to flare up the nostrils if you choose. Kind of like so. And let's kind of hook his nose a little bit more. There you go. What I do for the, you can kind of just leave this very open, but what I do is I kind of come in here and I'll, right underneath the nose here, a little ways down, I'm going to put a little stop cut right in here, right at the, where the center is. Put a little stop cut in here, and I'll just cut, make a little angle on one side. What we're going to do here is form the bottom of the mustache, and I'll cut up to it. Like that. Flip it around and do the same thing on this side. Put a little angled cut underneath and just cut up to it. So what we're doing here is forming the bottom of the mustache and a little recess for kind of where the mouth would be tucked underneath the mustache. So there you go. You can kind of see. And then you can kind of bring these around if you want. You can kind of bring the mustache down a little ways, like so. I'm going to try to hold it on the camera here. So I'm whittling it in another way, but there you go. So just tuck it right down and around, like that. And do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to just carry this line down over here a little ways more for the top of the mustache, so to speak. So that's all. And then what I do here is I come in on the side. This is going to be the hair. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to bring it, and I'm going to tie it into that line over there. So I'm just going to put a little cut, again, kind of straight in the wood, bring it straight down that way, just like so. And then you're going to flip it around, you're going to come back, and you're just going to relieve a little bit of that wood. You want to deepen this, the inside part, because that's going to be this is going to be like the cheek area, and this is going to be his hair. And I just kind of cut this back underneath the hat a little bit to make it look like hair. And then I come at the top, and I just deepen that a little bit, like so. That's all. So there you go. What I like to do down over here, let me see if I can keep it in the camera, right in this area over here, I just kind of bring that down, and I like to notch that out just a bit, because I kind of want it to, I don't want the cheek to come down to a point like that, so I kind of tuck it like so. And then it makes the hair look like it's going back behind his head. You can kind of see like that. And what I do here is I typically bring the mustache a little bit down below it. So again, it just defines the various, you've got the cheek, the hair, the mustache, and the beard. So that's kind of what you're after there. All right. Pretty simple. I'm going to essentially do the same thing on the other side, and when I finish that up, I'll be right back. Okay, pretty much did the same thing on the other side here. What I like to do now, and you don't have to do add any more detail. You can kind of just come in here and whittle this back a little bit. But I know if you want, you can kind of come in here and sort of, I kind of deepen this just a little bit more, right underneath the mustache, right in the middle there. Deepen it just a little bit more. I'm going to take this down a bit, and then I'll come in here and I'll just put a little angled cut. You can kind of see where I'm at here, right there. Cut up to it, and I'll come on the other side, kind of do the same thing, right there. Cut up to it, cut down to it, whatever. And you form, you'll get a little bit of triangle under there. I nip off the bottom of that triangle. And what I'm aiming for here is to create kind of a bit of an indication of a lower lip. So I'll take that up just a bit more. And you can kind of see we're getting a little lip. I kind of come in here. What I do is I go right at the apex in there of that little, of where the little end of it, and I just kind of flatten it out a bit more, just in there. So it's kind of got a little bit of a lip under there. And then we want to just trim the beard up to that. And then come in here. What I do is I go right up where the bridge of the nose and the cheek meet, right up at the top over there. And I just put my knife in there a little bit, and then right underneath the hat. And I just deepen that area just a bit, because that's kind of the deepest spot on your face in there, right about in there. And just deepen that a bit, and then do the same thing on this side. Come over here, and just deepen that a little bit more. You could come now at an angle. You can kind of see where I'm at here. Just put a little bit, put a stop cut in there. Just kind of cut up to it, just like so. That's all you need to do. Same thing on this side. Go right up into there. That's why I said these are great little easy, stress-free kind of whittles. You know, you could do it at any skill level, and you know, great for little beginner projects. And then that's it. I got to get rid of some of these marker lines that I have in there. But that's about all we're going to have to do here. We got essentially a quick little wizard made with a pocket knife in no time at all. Okay, you can see I just kind of went through here a little bit and just took some little shallow faceting kind of cuts, made a little facets. I don't know how well they show up in the video here, but you know, just around a little bit on the beard, a little bit on the hat, cleaned up some of my sloppy cuts that I made. But that's it. You know, anybody can handle these. They're real simple to do, and you know, paint them up, stick a magnet on the back, and put it on your refrigerator, put it on your, I don't know, file cabinet, whatever you want. They're fun little things to do, and you can see they don't take very long to do. You can turn them into Santa Claus. You can make a witch out of them. You can do so many different things with these little quick wizard whittles, and they're a fun little project to do. And I'm just going to paint it up, and I'll quickly show you what it looks like all painted up. But that's the end of the video here. I hope you all have a great whittling week. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.